Okay guys, so at some point you want to be outsourcing. I like to use Upwork. There's Fiverr, there's Freelancer, there's people per hour. You can also hire through Facebook jobs as well as LinkedIn. I find Upwork to be the easiest platform to use, and I just generally find it to be easier to use Upwork because you don't have to set up any payment systems or anything like that. Everything is within the Upwork platform. I know some people do complain about Upwork, but I've found for hiring people, it seems to be the best one. So what I do is I go to jobs, post a job. I'm not going to show you how to sign up to Upwork because it's pretty straightforward signing up to Upwork, to be quite honest. And also, Upwork are constantly changing their criteria for clients and for freelancers, and so so this is the front page for if you are a client. So you'd go to jobs and you would post a job, and you could decide you want to do a short-term or part-time work or longer-term work. So when you're thinking about outsourcing, you need to think about the things that you feel are the most tedious for you, or the things that you feel like you really need someone to help you with. As time goes on, you're going to build a larger team, but in the beginning, you're probably looking to hire 1 or 2 people. So for me, when I first started, I hired a writer. Even though writing for me is not tedious, I enjoy the writing process, but it gets to a point where one person cannot do all the work, especially when you start scaling up and building more. And I also hire people for on a longer term basis as well. I do retainers as well. So for the retainers, I'll pick longer term work, and for the ad hoc, I'll pick short term or part time work. So I'm going to do a longer term work one here. I'm going to click continue, and I'm going to do I'm basically going to be looking for someone who is going to create content for the newsletter and for the Medium page. So I'm going to do content writing, article writing, newsletter, copywriting, SEO writing. And I'm going to put more than 6 months. I'm going to put intermediate, and I'm going to put, is this job contract to hire? This means you'll start with a contract and may later explore a full-time option with the talent. Yes. Next, location. I can do worldwide or UK only. If you really want to focus on a specific region, then you do that. I like to do worldwide at first. You can also add different countries, so you can say the United States. I also like to hire sometimes from the Philippines as well. And for some higher level jobs, I like to hire from the United States, but mostly I hire from Kenya and South Africa. So for this, I'm going to put Africa, and I'll put Asia as well to see what comes up. And you can either set an hourly rate or you can put a project budget. And this is what I like to do. I like to put $500 there, because if people are based in Kenya, South Africa, different parts of Africa, $500 a month is actually good enough for the cost of living in those places. Yes, some people might say, well, that's not enough money, but you have to think about it from the standpoint of the cost of living. And if you're building a business, especially when you're starting out, you want to reduce your costs, but you also want to hire from places where people have a good education. And in certain parts of Africa, you might not get that. So you need to be quite clear. So next I'm going to put the description. And in the description, you want to put what you're looking for. You want to put examples of the type of content you want them to create. You also want to put the amount of hours that you're going to be needing the person for, the platforms they're going to be using for content planning, creation, and then any other tools that they're going to be using. So I would start by saying content company based in the UK and UAE. Marketing. Okay. I'm going to go back here. And this is where you're going to put a link to the type of content that you want them to create, or a couple of links. And then please provide 2 samples. One of them needs to be a newsletter piece, and the other one must be an article. Okay, then here you would review the job post. Designers, you can hire marketers, you can hire people that are going to do the research and things like that for you as well. But the first thing you need to be really thinking about hiring is a content writer. Then you can hire more content writers, and you can eventually hire people that can help with creating courses and creating ebooks and things like that. So then you would click post, and then that would be it. Then you'd go through all your candidates. You can also use the same method for different platforms such as People Per Hour, Freelancer. I just prefer Upwork.